Census history through an Asian American perspective. In a modern age, we often forget about the hardships those of the past had to struggle with to better the future for the next generations. To remind us of some of those struggles, here is the census history through an Asian American perspective. I will be summarizing the majority of this presentation, but feel free to pause and read through the slides for further details. The Page Act primarily targeted Chinese women since they were thought of as being immoral sex workers, but Chinese men were also barred against immigration to America. This was the predecessor to the Chinese Exclusion Act, which limited all Chinese people from immigrating and also barred people who already resided within the U.S. from naturalizing. Anti-Japanese and Chinese sentiment set the stage for hostility directed at Asian Indians. They were, however, seen as foreign agitators and unwanted revolutionists. Anti-immigration exclusion laws did not apply to Filipinx people due to the Philippines' status as an American colony. This led to Filipinx laborers becoming increasingly unpopular due to them wanting equal pay. Thus, immigration from the Philippines became limited with the Tidings-McDuffie Act, and deportation was on the rise. During World War II, Japanese Americans were treated as animals and feared that they were spies for Japan. They were sent to unfinished camps, which were essentially prison, with absolutely no concrete reasoning for suspecting Japanese people as spies except for their heritage. Thousands of families' lives were disrupted. Today in 2020, even our president makes racist remarks against Asian Americans. Trump has referred to COVID-19 as the Kung Flu, China virus, and Wuhan fever of all things. This blatant racism has led to many hate crimes, including physical violence, spitting, and even throwing acid on innocent Asian Americans. The history of the census is marred by racism. New York City Census 2020 is committed to addressing racial inequalities through our community-focused outreach. Join the mission to ensure that all communities, including the Asian American community, are adequately resourced and counted so they can receive the funding and representation that is rightfully theirs. The census only takes 10 minutes to complete and does not ask for your citizenship status. Take the time to be counted. You can take the census at 2020census.gov in several languages, including Mandarin, Cantonese, Vietnamese, Korean, Tagalog, and Japanese. Join the change, be counted, and be heard. Thank you so much.